Okay, so 800 metres, so not quite a kilometre. There's a blowhole, and we see another huge amount of cars. Old utes. They're all Holdens by the look of them. So they had the Holden section and amazing. Old tank, all rusted away. Just had one of the fellow campers tell us that some of the fellow camper tell us that at the water supply at the spring, they put a cage over the top. You can actually walk over and see how far down the bore goes. So, and that kept them in water for 50 years. And then culture changed, and we have so many reclaimed areas, which is fair enough in some areas.
Power.
Generators, diesel generators. They'd have diesel generators, they'd be operating no different to like Fowler's Bay. And so 30 years after this, but apparently for another 4 or 5 after that, it was actually stocked out to somebody else, and they were actually working the farm. But now there's no sheep on here at all. And so if there is, it'd have to be at least 26-year-old, which is highly unlikely. That's lovely. Thing is, when you're looking after a property like this, the expenses would be huge.
Well, I think mainly it was run for mechanical more than anything, by the looks of it.
No. But it was a fuel stop. Another tank over there. So they had tanks all over the place.
I suppose that was to feed the sheep.
Yeah, for drinking. And then they'd have water lines somehow or other. I mean, like 50 years ago, all your water lines were like galvanised pipe. There was no PVC. Okay.
And the tank over there.
Well, I didn't actually see a blowhole unless it's there.
Got it there.
I don't know. I expected. I'll have a look. Where there was that. The elderly gentleman said to me that the blowholes was amongst the trees. I just thought this was heading to the trees. That's a great big wombat hole, and there is dung there fresh. Anyhow, so what have we got? This is the problem. See, the big battery's full.
Yeah.
So this drops down to 12.4, and DC to DC charger works at 12.7. So
Yeah, they have rainwater tanks dotted everywhere.
Yeah, they do.
To feed the sheep.
So either water cart, that's probably how they did it originally. Well, that would have been an intensive effort. Now, I'm looking here. That's the way we come.
Down that way, is it?
Yeah. There.
Mm.
Or it's down that way. There.
You would think from a distance there's lots of campers there.
Yeah, you would. Sure is.
Instead of dead bodies.
It's amazing.
The farmer that farmed the land probably lived in the house too.
Oh yeah.
But it could easily be done up to a nice, easy, cheap too, not just the outer shells in good nick. It's just the walls, I suppose it's because of asbestos.
Getting people out. Had a big, huge draw card, big 700 miles.
Well, I suppose
Yeah, like-
it's asbestos too.
Like Niagara Falls.
I suppose they don't want to touch the asbestos.
It's painted, but
So,
it's painted, but it's still not. Yeah, so you got a little tank here, another
some
tank here.
morons that's going to kick some in.
Oh, yeah. Rust. And the wind is actually a big problem. Okay, on tanks. Barry had a brand new tank that was split straight down the centre. And not only that, blew clean out. Now that's an old tank there,
Yeah,
and that's fallen in. So that'd be another. So somehow or other, they had to get water to that. So there's either a windmill or something like that. Yeah, see, there's a bit of a seating area. Pretty average. Anyhow,
that's the service station there.
yeah, that's right.
So somehow or other, they must have come. People must have come through this way.
Oh,
To the
well,
west.
it's the old. Well, they'd still come off that up that road. The old air highway, U-wave. Yeah, so,
They got a big bridge on here too.
yeah, they got that angel.
But they like the look of ours.
No, they like the bush barriers.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
So you got a mission too.
no, that's Toyota. About 100 series. What? Now I didn't see. There's a up here. So find one there, and definitely.
Who knows, that might be that Phil's van.
Whose van? No. No, they haven't got that money.
I wondered whether he might have been one of the family.
He did.
kids.
Well, he did say that he knew them, but I think he was. I think he worked here for 9 years.
Good job of that other cottage.
Good for a year. Sinkhole.
Are they heading towards Roxby again, are they?
Yeah. So, if we'd like to go to Cook, we've just got 174 k's. The only trouble is at Cook there's not much, and Koonalda Cave. So, we'll actually cruise along here. And, I think there's a loop. Let's see Reno. Looking very sophisticated. Look how big it is. Pressure in the ground, you get warm flows. So that's why that's what it does. Yeah, look at that.
You can go.
Yeah, I thought that. I thought, good. It's a massive hole. Amazing. Amazing how big that is. I reckon all the water that falls here after rain goes through underneath and then gladds us there. But then there's a hole, a steel grate over there. You saw me go over there, and you can actually see. So we have the Koonalda Homestead and the woolshed camp. The woolshed camp's interesting, and unless my eyes have deceived me, the caravans disappeared. When we were here, not an hour or more ago, there was a caravan parked there. So they obviously had been on one of the tracks, although we didn't pass them heading towards the sinkhole. And it's an interesting spot. So National Parks has fenced off a lot of this, as you can see. Obviously to aid in the quaintness of the area. There's lots of tracks that can cut across. Now you've just got main ones that we went through.
Lots of dead bodies.
Yeah, dead cars everywhere. So, got the old home. Okay, yeah. Go in the toilet. Right past. On our way out. Just the amount. You've got engine blocks. You've got all sorts of stuff. It's quite unique, especially with the sleeper walls, which are quite amazing. All right. So,
I wonder if we can get any petrol up.
well, I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
We're off to next. There are 2 lots of toilet paper in there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is that.
That was terrible, wasn't it? No toilet paper.
Yeah. So, amazing place, amazing history. Very poor service with the
30 years
petrol.
too.
We're just 30 years too late, but there's a couple of bottles, a can and a jerry can. And I'm sure that they'll do us.
Maybe you could use a jerry can.